Hey, Rose. What's up with being out until this late? What are you thinking? Remember I mentioned it this morning. There's a dinner meeting with clients, so I'd be late. I'm not just out having fun. Yeah, right. Are you trying to fool me with such an obvious lie? It's not a lie. Seriously, you're just a parasite living off my family. Yet you don't even bother to cook dinner and stay out until late. Who do you think you are? As punishment, bring me some fancy bottles of wine. Punishment? Yep. Even though you're as thick-headed as they come, you're still my brother's wife. Mom and I reluctantly accepted you into our home, you know. But you don't even fulfill the basic duty of making dinner as a wife. On top of that, lying and staying out late. You're practically a freeloader. Someone like that deserves to be punished. I didn't choose to live with you guys, you know. I actually wanted to live alone with Brad. That's an excuse. Since you can't stand on your own 2 feet, you're living off Mom and Dad's pension. You lazy bum. I am working. You're the one who's not. It's okay to fail at job hunting, but you've given up finding a job altogether. You spend all day eating snacks at home, right? Isn't that the definition of a freeloader? Ugh, you piss me off. I'm telling Mom. Go ahead, do as you wish.
Rose, I heard everything from Faye. Don't you think that was a bit rude?
You mean her?
No, not her. You were rude. But you don't have to answer, I got it from your response. You're despicable. I ended up making dinner because you bailed. Making your mother-in-law do housework? What a terrible in-law you are.
I have a job and social commitments at work. So sometimes I come home late and can't cook dinner every day. We talked about this when we decided to live together, right?
No matter what, as a wife, shouldn't you strive to be back home by dinner time for the family's sake? Even George and Brad complain if it's not your cooking.
That's because your cooking is awful.
Hush! Stop insulting me and Faye. Have you forgotten that you're basically living off us in this house?
Living off you? I pay rent, don't I? I also contribute to groceries and utilities.
So what?
Excuse me?
You're able to live with us only with our permission. Don't act all high and mighty about paying rent when you're only paying half. And then not even doing housework and gallivanting around till midnight. Who do you imagine yourself to be? We don't need a freeloader who neglects housework.
Say that to Faye then. Isn't she the real freeloader? She doesn't pay rent or anything and relies entirely on you and George.
She's different.
How?
She's my daughter. On the other hand, you married my son, so we've been accommodating you as part of the family. Essentially, you're a stranger with no blood relation to us. We welcomed you into our family and let you live with us. You should be grateful and show some respect. I can't believe you don't understand such common sense. I shouldn't have allowed Brad to marry a low-income high school grad like you.
Is that low-income high school grad a comment also from Faye? It seems mother and daughter share the same vocabulary when they insult people.
Ugh.
Wow, that reaction is the same.
Ugh, what a mistake. Letting someone who's not blood-related live in our house and then she turns around and returns evil for good. I'll make you regret insulting us. Even if you cry and beg on your knees, I won't forgive you.
No problem. Good luck with that. Hey, Rose. So are you gonna be late coming home again today? Yeah. Work's crazy right now, so I'll be coming back close to midnight for a while. Why do you ask? Oh, nothing. And just so you know, we're ordering pizza for dinner. We'll hit you up for the bill later. What the heck? Oh, and don't assume that we're ordering for you too. Go get your own food, okay? Alright then, good luck with work. Faye? Or Anna, it doesn't matter which one. What on earth is this about?
Oh, you're back, huh? Isn't it fabulous? The sight of your belongings scattered in the yard.
That shattered mirror of the wardrobe. It made such a lovely sound.
It really did. You're a parasite, but you had all that expensive stuff. It really got on my nerves. It felt amazing smashing everything.
So it was you two who messed up my stuff.
Obviously. We discussed it and decided together. We don't need a useless low-income high school grad like you in our house.
We wanted to get rid of you ASAP, you know. Oh, by the way, the receipt for the pizza delivery is in the dresser drawer. Send a check to us later. We had a belly full of fancy pizza like white truffle oil. I'm not sure if the poor and incompetent low-income person can afford it.
I've been wondering for a while now. What basis do you have for calling me a low-income high school grad?
Basis? You said it yourself, didn't you? That you started working right after high school and had a low income.
I heard it too. Didn't you say that when we met the first time? Since then I've thought, what a dim-witted and useless girl.
A poor soul earning a measly $25,000 a year. Stay away, you poverty deity.
Huh? $25,000 is my monthly income.
What?
When I met you guys, I did mention I started working as a high school grad, but neither of you heard the rest of my story, did you?
What are you talking about?
Firstly, I have a bachelor's degree.
Really?
I attended college as a part-time student while working to earn my degree. At my first job, my income was lower compared to others, but after getting my degree, I changed jobs. I've been fortunate and now I'm a vice president. As I mentioned earlier, I'm entrusted to do a job that earns me a monthly salary of $25,000.
$25,000 a month. You're well off. Oh no, maybe we shouldn't have kicked her out.
Mom, don't believe a word she says. This is obviously a lie. This is just the pathetic barking of a loser, left without a place to go after being kicked out of our home.
Who's the one without a place to go?
What do you mean?
Haven't you realized who actually got abandoned here?
What are you talking about?
Were you so focused on wrecking my things that you didn't notice anything? Are George and Brad at home?
What? Wait. Their shoes are gone.
Check their room. Their stuff's gone too. No car either. What's going on?
They've left you both.
What do you mean?
No way. Why should we be left behind? You're the one who should disappear from this house. You acting all high and mighty for someone who's not even related by blood.
That's right. You were able to live here thanks to us.
I never wanted to move in with you guys, but George and Brad pleaded with me. They asked me for help to get away from you guys. Faye, who wastes money like water despite being unemployed. And Anna, who spoils her and doesn't even take care of the house. Financially and domestically, things were a mess. They asked for help to escape that situation while living together.
What?
On the day they decided to execute that plan, you two wreak havoc. Quite the coincidence, I must say.
This can't be. Dad and Brad left us?
That's a lie.
I'm dead serious.
I can't reach Brad on the phone.
George is not answering either. Don't worry, Faye. It's late, so they're probably sleeping.
Yeah, you're right. They'll come back tomorrow for sure.
They're wide awake and are next to me right now. We're having a celebration party for cutting ties with you idiots. We opened amazing wine.
They're with you?
Tell us the location.
Absolutely not. We're done with you guys. Obviously, we won't be paying rent or any living expenses. George will contact you soon through a lawyer for divorce proceedings. Neither I nor Brad will ever have anything to do with you guys. It's just you two living together from now on.
That's impossible. Neither of us is working, you know. Mom has a small pension, but that's about it. It's impossible to live on that.
Why don't you find a job then?
Impossible. I'm not cut out for work.
Then I guess Anna has to work.
I can't. I'm 66 this year, you know.
There are plenty of people who work at that age.
It's impossible. I've never worked before. I got married right after graduating from school.
Oh, so that's why you defended the jobless phase so much. You've never worked either.
What's wrong with that? I've been a dedicated homemaker.
But you're terrible at cooking and chores. Since I moved in, you've practically pushed all of that onto me.
It's not normal for a daughter-in-law to take care of the family.
Well, let's drop that conversation. Figure out what to do next between the two of you. I don't need the things I left behind. Feel free to break or sell them. I'll give you the proceeds of a sale. Consider it my final act of kindness.
We shouldn't have broken things then. The expensive-looking dresser is in pieces now. You wanted to break it, Faye.
What? It's my fault? You were the one who suggested throwing stuff out the window.
But it was you who actually threw it. I'm too old to lift heavy things.
You told me to do it. Blaming me for everything is just plain awful.
I'm not blaming you. But let's face it, this mess is because of you. Because you confidently said Rose was a low-income high school graduate. I believed you.
You're at fault too, Mom. Why are you pointing the finger at me? I can't believe it.
If you had been working, this wouldn't have happened.
If you had been doing the housework properly, this wouldn't have happened.
You guys can argue all you want. I'll excuse myself. Apparently, the finger pointing between the mother and daughter continued until the early hours. When the divorce went through, they finally felt the heat, so they decided to start working. They sold off some furniture, used that money as a capital, and found part-time jobs, but their first ever employment was a disaster. They got fired and ended up borrowing money just to cover living expenses. And get this, Faye tried to send her mother to the other side for insurance money by putting bleach in her juice. But of course, she got busted and it turned into a big fight. They even tried robbing a bank together, but got caught immediately and arrested. They're currently reflecting together behind bars.